Things are not always what they seem. One of my clients recently came to me with the following. The problem is that there was a bug and now a third party is involved, she explained, and it's taking forever for them to get back to us. I decided to dig a little deeper here. After a short talk back and forth, it became apparent that the third party dependency was actually a red herring. The real reason for the blockage was that her team had committed to fixing an issue without having a clear understanding of what was actually causing it. Making a commitment to delivering something that's outside of your control is a risky move. What if the team actually spent the time to troubleshoot and review the problem before it was pushed to the development workflow? Would the situation look different for them? It would have, from multiple perspectives. First, they wouldn't have committed to delivering anything. It would have been clear from the very beginning that solving that problem was outside of their control. Remember, the moment you pull a work item into the delivery workflow, it crosses your commitment point. You make a commitment on the behalf of your team that you do everything in your power to finish it, which in that case was not possible. Furthermore, they would have many realistic expectations for their client. Yeah, we'll sort this out right away, and then actually we can't sort it out because the problem is not on our side, is not really a formula for credibility. I'm happy that my client brought up that conversation because it revealed a great opportunity for improvement for them. An opportunity to flex the system so that they don't end up in more situations like this in the future. Now, let's take a closer look at what I mean by this. The conversation actually started as we were going through their aging chart. The aging chart is an important tool in keeping your finger on the pulse of the work. It lets you see any impediments, blockers, or anything else that's slowing you down while your work is still in progress. The big red dot you see on the chart here indicates an item that's currently blocked. This is work that's prevented from moving forward due to unforeseen circumstances. And when I asked my client what the blocked reason was for that ticket, she explained that once they started troubleshooting the issue, it turned out to be a problem that couldn't be resolved by them. Now, the ultimate goal of blocking your work, assigning it with blocked reasons, and analyzing it later using approaches like blocker clustering analysis, the main goal here, the ultimate goal here, is to identify opportunities for improvement. And once I told her this, something clicked. She immediately saw what was going on. The reason for that blockage wasn't a third-party dependency. It was unclear requirements. They didn't know what had to be done until now. So what if they knew? What if they had that information before they crossed their commitment point? The key is in adjusting your management practices to make this work. Start the conversation early and gather the information you need in order to be able to decide whether or not you can commit and deliver. Remember, you have no obligations to commit to a work item up until the point it goes to your downstream process. But once you do commit, you have a responsibility to deliver. Always ask yourself, do we have the information we need to commit to this work item? Are we ready to initiate it? Once the team switched their blocked reason from third-party dependency to unclear requirements, it opened up the opportunity to improve their system. They can now put explicit process policy in place to verify that they understand the work clearly, including whether any of the work items have issues that are beyond their control. Something simple as checkbox that requires you to sign off before pulling the work item into the delivery workflow, for example, helps to keep you aware and accountable before reaching that commitment point. Not only does this empower you to take control over your work, it shifts the focus and the responsibility from people to the system. When things go wrong or need improvement, you ultimately don't want the blame to fall on people, you want it to fall on the system. That's the only way to improve from here. Isn't that the whole point after all? to continuously improve our processes so we can get things done quicker. Here is what I want you to remember at the end of the day. Don't commit to delivering a ticket without having enough information to initiate it. Once you commit, the ball is in your court. By having process policies in place, you and your teams will be able to move forward with clarity and confidence.